Melanin Monarchy. That was Tracy Morgan. Actually, I wasn't able to really take any videos or show you any pictures. I came here with my bestie, Rosa, right here. But before I get into my assessment and my wrap-up of Tracy Morgan, the comedian, Rosa, is there anything that you wanted to say as far as Tracy? What was your assessment of tonight's show?
It was okay. Good stuff.
Well, she's not going to tell you guys. She's being really nice. I'm going to tell you, it was terrible. It was terrible. It was, I would say the opening acts, let me talk about the opening acts first. The opening acts, Pat Brown and I believe John Lester came on.
Yes.
They were extremely good. Wouldn't you agree that they were extremely good? They were extremely funny. I'd never seen them before, never heard of them before. Don't follow them on Instagram. I'm going to post their Instagram in the comments. So it's Pat Brown and John Lester, who was at the show, who opened up for Tracy Morgan, and so they were really good. They're both from New York. My kids have family in New York, family from New York. Their dad is from Brooklyn, so I appreciated that a lot. As far when Tracy Morgan came out, his fans were out here. His fans were ready to see him. His fans were ready to enjoy this time with him. He appeared to be extremely inebriated. So my assessment is that his alcoholism is severe. It's severe now. It's not just like whatever. They had a chair for him, and they also had his comedy notes. Now, he looked at his notes every now and then, but he didn't like read off of it. But you can tell that the management basically knew that he needed his notes, his comedy notes. And he came out, he was very vulgar. He was very crass. He talked a lot about sex. I just couldn't take it. It was an F word like every couple of seconds. Talking about sex. He was talking about how, gyrating, talking about how hard he was. He basically harassed a female guest that was sitting in the front row, a group of women that were there. They were very pretty, group of women, and he made it known, even at the end of the show, that he was going to get with one of these women, which I thought was very unprofessional, and he looked like a predator, really. He just looked. So my assessment is that please pray for Tracy Morgan. Please pray for his family, because whatever is going on with him, you can see it in his work. You can see it. Now, I know him to be a very talented man. I was very excited about coming to the show. I could just say that from what I saw tonight, me going to see Tracy Morgan again, the likelihood of that, not unless it's known that he has recovered from his alcoholism, that he has recovered from whatever that is ailing him right now, and that is seriously affecting his craft. So his craft is tanking, because you can tell that the alcoholism right now is severe. And in the work, you can just tell it in his work. But his work was just subpar, it was petty, it was terrible. He just talked about sex and going poop. And I'm being very, very, it was completely crass. But if I'm saying poop, you can imagine what he was saying. If I'm saying sex, you can imagine what he was saying. And he was just very, very vulgar. It was just like something. Rosa, is there anything else that you wanted to add to that? No? I mean, is that assessment fair, or do you think I'm being too hard?
Well, you summed it up.
I'm glad Rosa wasn't in the front, because if Rosa was in the front, she would have been on Tracy Morgan's list. I'm telling you. But I would just say that, you guys, I'm going to put it out there, and hopefully that there was music in the background. So hopefully I'm able to put this on YouTube, but definitely on Instagram. And I'm going to tag Tracy Morgan. I'm going to tag his people to say, you guys got to get his alcoholism under control. You got to get it, because it was such a disappointment, and it was terrible. Again, but Pat Brown and John Lester, his openers, were amazing. You guys were amazing. So this was for the Tracy Morgan show. I was excited to see it, and it was a complete letdown. Okay, you guys, I will see you at the next live event. Toodle pip.